his disciples went down to the shore to wait for him. But as darkness fell and Jesus still hadn't come back, they got into the boat and headed across the lake toward Capernaum. Soon a gale swept down upon them as they rowed, and the sea grew very rough. They were 3 or 4 miles out when suddenly they saw Jesus walking on the water toward the boat. They were terrified, but he called out to them, "I am here, don't be afraid." Then they were eager to let him in, and immediately the boat arrived at their destination. There will be storms in your life that will cause fear. There will be times in your life where the storms seem high and the winds seem rough and you feel like, am I going to make it through this? But if you can set your eyes on Jesus and trust him, you'll realize that he will calm your storm and you're not alone in your storm. It says that they were in fear, but then Jesus was walking there. And it says they were about 3 or 4 miles out, and they saw him walking on the water, and he said, "Don't fear. Don't be afraid. I'm here. Listen, don't forget, I'm with you." Even though this seems huge, even though this seems big, more than you can handle, don't be afraid. I'm with you. I'm here. Bring your eyes and focus on me, because I'm here to calm your storm. And it said immediately, they were 3 to 4 miles out, and immediately they were on shore. In an instant, we can be going through this storm and think, I'm done, I can't handle this anymore, I don't know if I can make it. But in an instant, the Lord can bring you out. The promise isn't that He wouldn't give you more than you can handle. The promise was that He wouldn't give you more than you can handle with Him. And sometimes we think, this is overwhelming, I can't handle this anymore, I'm full of fear, I'm full of anxiety. And you can't handle it. Honestly, you can't on your own. There's no way you can, because life sometimes is more than we can possibly physically, emotionally, spiritually take on. But when we get our eyes back on Jesus, that's where the promise is fulfilled, that He says, I won't give you anything more than you can handle with me. But see, we forget about that sometimes, and we try to handle it on our own. We think we don't deserve His help. Some of us, right? Anybody been there? Yeah. So we think we got to handle it on our own. But He didn't say, I won't give you more than you can handle with me as long as you're a good girl and never make mistakes. All right? But that's our interpretation, isn't it? We don't qualify in our brains, because the enemy doesn't want us to think and know that we qualify no matter what, as long as we love Him and we've surrendered our lives to Him. We qualify. Yes, in our imperfectness, we qualify to be able to trust in Him, to give us the strength, to give us the guidance, to rescue us, to deliver us. And the truth of the matter is, nothing will be more than we can handle if we stick with Him and keep our eyes on Him. What a principle. Just in that short portion of Scripture, He says, don't be afraid just because you can't see tomorrow. You can't see the future because the future isn't yours to see. But right in this moment, if you will look and focus in, you'll see Jesus. Right here with you, holding you, keeping you. He's rescued you. Listen, if He didn't love you, He wouldn't have brought you here. You don't have to be perfect to qualify for His help. Isn't that good news? You just have to receive Him. You just have to receive Him and let Him love you. Let Him take care of you. Let Him hold your future. You don't have to worry about it anymore. You don't have to fear the outcome of the consequence of yesterday, because your future is in the hands of the Lord. And if you'll trust Him and quit trying to figure it out and work it out and fix it, you're going to be so much better off. And you know what you're going to find? You're going to find peace that you've been looking for years. Peace. See, your hope isn't in the things of this world. Your hope isn't even in your family being restored to you. Your hope isn't in your career. Your hope is simply in knowing Jesus. And when you realize that, you can finally rest after all the years of running, after all the years of trying to fix it. You can rest in Jesus. He says, don't fear. I'm here. I'm here. Do not fear. In other words, I've got this storm. I've got this. It's not going to take you out, honey. It's not going to take you out. I've got it. Just trust me. Keep your eyes on me. Hold my hand. I've got you. Say, no more fear. No more fear. Because I've got Jesus. His word says that your steps are ordered of the Lord. Steps implies process, doesn't it? When you're on a set of steps, you don't just arrive where you're at by taking the first step. Right? You got to climb the steps. It's work to climb steps. It takes muscle. It takes energy. It takes strength. It takes determination to get to your destination. I said it takes determination to get to your destination. But if you will believe that your steps are ordered of the Lord, you will believe that He will see you through the process. He will see you through to your destination. The question is for you this morning, will you take the first step and say, yes, God? Will you take the first step and say, yes, I'm willing to give my heart to you. I'm willing to give you my life. I'm willing to be a little vulnerable. I'm willing to let you come in and take things away, strip things away that don't belong and put in me new things that do belong. Because if you will develop into something more beautiful, more powerful, more effective. If you'll let it go, if you'll let the past go, you will become something that you can't even wrap your brain around. And this morning I wanted to just give you a little glimpse of the hope that you can find in Jesus. From one who has come from suicidal thoughts and tendencies and sickness and disease and heartache and addiction and wounds of the past, from one who has come from that place, I can tell you it's more than possible with God to overcome and become who He's created you to be. Those things were not your destination. Those things were not your lot in life. And the enemy wanted you to think that it was your lot in life to be an addict, to be abused, to be a failure, to make mistakes. That was not your lot in life. That was simply his attack to keep you from being who God wanted you to be. So today, say no to Satan and yes to God. I'm going to become who you want me to be. And whatever that is, God, I'm going to embrace it and I'm going to move forward and I'm going to trust that you have ordered my steps and I'm going to work the process out by taking those steps of faith to get to my destination.